And so I continue to read my novel, Table 41, copyright 2019, 2019. My name is Joseph Suglia. There it is. There I am. I'm going to be reading Table 3, which is, in essence, the third chapter of the novel. It's very short. Table 3. You burst out of the Starbucks. You see a red Hyundai. There, against the curb, a red Hyundai. A Hyundai tangled in vines. And the vines are moving, festooning, coiling, winding vines. You assume that this is an art school project performed by an attention-seeking student of the School of the Art Institute of Chicago, and forge ahead down Clark Street. You sojourn southward. You drift down Clark Street, drifting spectrally, padding the sidewalk toward the Clark-Fullerton intersection. It is a breezy, balmy day, and the sun is bobbing into your vision as if it were an overripe plum. Sunlight spreads across the sky as if it were a pina colada spilling across a gray tablecloth, the cream of coconut and pineapple juice mingling together in a yellowish white swirl. You pass a shop window. On the window, the word harmony is painted in blue. The word harmony is bisected into sagittal planes, harm and oni. And you recognize for the first time that the word harm is contained in the word harmony. Coming toward you is a white-haired man. His expression, vacant, is one of an entranced mystic. He is wearing a bright red button-down shirt and black trousers. Avoid. The white-haired man passes on your right. He tongues the air as he walks. A Vicenarian woman passes on your left. She is wearing a white halter top and blue jeans shorts. She says to her smartphone, "I literally closed my mouth when we were making out." The wind is swelling. You stare ahead of you as you walk. The telephone wires are shivering. The trees are vibrating madly. You look at the trees, moving back and forth. It is the violently swinging branches that you cannot stop staring at. It is the violently swinging branches that you cannot stop staring at. They seem animated by something other than wind. Keep on floating south on Clark Street. You know, that was such a short chapter that why don't I just read Table 4 as well? Why not? Let's live dangerously. Let's go crazy. Let's do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live right here, right now. It's a 2-for-1. Table 4. You see butterflies everywhere. Everywhere there are butterflies. You are floating through a wall of butterflies. You are floating through a wall of beautiful blue butterflies. A wall of beautiful butterflies with transparent blue wings. A permeable wall of wings. Now through another wall. You are floating through a wall of vibrant orange monarchs. You permeate the orange wall, the wall of orange winged butterflies. The street below you is crackling with insect and larval life. The street is beady with beetles and pebbly with bugs. The street is wormy with worms. Worms are coming up through the street tar, smiling their mouthless smiles. You sidestep the vermicular heap. Vermin are playing where once human beings extinguished, expunged, exterminated vermin. Spaces that were once vermin-free zones are now verminized. You move your hands in front of you. You part the butterfly wall as you float through the butterfly wall. The street is vivid with monarch butterflies. Look at all of the butterflies. Look at all of the butterflies flitting around before, behind, and above you. Kaleidoscopic butterflies, yellow and black hornet-colored butterflies, transparent creamy butterflies, flickering as if they were holograms in some ethereal discotheque, parking on your nose and in your hair. The butterflies hover, they vibrate, they quiver their plasmatic wings. They seem almost unreal. Butterflies are fluttering around your head, a nimbus of butterflies, circling monarchs dancing around your head. Their tiny feet touch your neck. You feel their wings in your hair. The butterflies whirl around you beautifully in a butterfly halo. There is a covered bus stop to your right. An old man is there, a septuagenarian waiting for a bus that will never come. He is wearing an orange sweater. White wisps of hair cobweb his skull. See the fritillaries flitting about. Orange-black butterfly wings are enveloping the old man. He looks like a forgotten lepidopterist. He wears the butterflies as if they were a flappy winter coat. Covered in orange-black butterflies, the old man smiles. His toothless smile. A cumulus cloud of monarchs is fluttering around the construction site. A cloud of monarchs is diffusing across the CPS. Let me say it again. A cloud of monarchs is diffusing across the CPS parking lot. The butterflies are carrying sunny sunfrost on their wings, profuse butterflies. You walk further. Boys on skateboards are skimming along the borderline between pavement and asphalt. You hear the clattering of the skateboards as they hit the curb. To your left, a post office. Two statues of lions are crouching there, concrete and gray. A crowd is beetling around the post office. The human beings in the crowd are shouting. They are as silly as protesters protesting the weather. A young boy sits alone on the curb, pronging a forkful of cold lasagna with a plastic white fork. The lasagna is contained in a white styrofoam container. Watch the forking of the lasagna. A man stands apart from the crowd. The crowd steps away from the man. The man is roaring and seething, waving his arms about madly. The man is mad. He wants something, but what does he want? You cannot understand what he is shouting about. He is wearing a football jersey and has black stripes on his face. His hair has been dyed black. His dyed black hair is shaped like a crown, like a mitra. That might not actually be how you pronounce that word. It might be like a meter. M-I-T-R-E. I will look it up later. He resembles a football player who just lost his first game, or a child who did not receive the bicycle that he wanted for his birthday. There, against the street, there splatters a splitting watermelon. Someone hurled the watermelon from the roof of the post office. A watermelon is splattering against the street, hurled from the rooftop as if it were some kind of fruit suicide. Gliding to the Home Depot, a swarm of butterflies, gliding, in quotation marks, because they drift without ascending, glides past you. Above you towers a billboard covered in butterflies, shivering wings, black and yellow butterfly wings. An entire wall of wings fanning and fluttering, flipping open and flapping closed. The billboard is an electric beard of butterflies. Mantises and centipedes and locusts are scaling the walls and the windows of the building to your right. An internet cafe. Liquid snails are sliding up the window, slipping in reverse. Clouds of flies drift across your span of vision. The angry buzzing insects are whirring in a corona around your head. You wave them away. The antennae of the insects twirl as if they were traffic control towers. An old woman with gossamer skin and mad eyes flounces toward you. A fly swatter in one Let me say it again. An old woman with gossamer skin and mad eyes flounces toward you. A fly swatter in one membranous hand. She hits you with her fly swatter. You shift away from her. Did she intend to strike you, or did she intend to strike the flies? She studies you with eyes of malicious suspicion and then withdraws from your line of sight. Translucent blue butterflies flutter above you uncertainly. The kaleidoscope of butterflies whirls. A blue butterfly descends onto your right shoulder. You see the football man. The football man is struggling with himself in the middle of the street. He pulls at his shirt and runs his hands through his hair, writhing as if a phalanx of beetles were swarming over his skin. The man is clearly losing his mind. The eyes of the crowd are staring at the man. You move as if floating toward the intersection between Clark Street and Chicago Avenue. Before you stands a young woman with strawberry blonde hair. She has lived 22 summers. while giant African snails squirm over the tree trunk behind her. She smiles a toothy smile, the smile of a toothsome girl. She smiles not at you, but at the growing jungle of insects that is ensnaring you and her and everyone else in the city of Chicago. She has large, liquid, hazel eyes. She smiles slowly and says in a quiet voice that she always dreamed of such a day, that she always wished for this to happen. She smiles slowly and says in a quiet voice that she always dreamed of such a day, that she always wished for this to happen. So that was table 3 and table 4 of my novel, Table 41. Of course, you could also pronounce the title Table 41. I'm not here, though, to comment on the book. I've done that elsewhere. I'm just here to read the book. Come back for Table 5. Thank you very much. My name is Joseph Suglia. That was Table 41. Table 3, Table 4, the 3rd and the 4th chapters of the novel. Copyright 2019.